Hello world, WayofTime here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. Now, I've updated to 1.4.6 finally, and what I'm using right now is the Mindcrack package. So I'm using that instead of the Direwolf 21 because, well, one of the reasons is the fact that the Direwolf 20 mod pack currently is laggy. And also because I want to try something different. Also, it does not have direct tech on it, but anyways, so as you can tell by the fact that I'm using the nice little Minecraft package is the fact that, well, I'm in Mistcraft age, and it doesn't usually come with Mistcraft. That is because I have added Mistcraft to my pack so that I'll be able to, well, actually work and stuff. Now, I did add a few other things such as equivalent exchange 3 and inventory tweaks, and there's probably some more that I added, though I'm not too sure right now. I'll probably get a list of what I added. I've been trying to add Xeno's reliquary, but unfortunately I've been getting some weird errors when trying to add that, and thus it hasn't been successful thus far. So, now with all this random changes that we're going to have to live through, let's get at it, and etc. Now, the first thing you'll notice is the fact that there must have been some change to the blocks because these are now nether brick slabs instead of the nice stone that I had, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna see. Yeah, stone slabs, for some reason, there is no longer a recipe for this. So, I'm guessing either I'm going to have to make do with some other material or just work on it later. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is use some of this beeswax to make some containers, because I'm pretty sure wax capsules will be very useful in the future. Maybe we should put them somewhere else in the meantime, though I don't even know why I made those if I'm just gonna store them away anywheres. Anyway, so there are a few things in Greg Tech that I'd want to make. First things first, though, I had to take down most of my thermal expansion energy network conduits because, well, it didn't really... let's just say they weren't connected, so that took a while. I had to NEI myself a prototype Omni wrench, though I did delete the materials afterwards. So let's just go into our nice little room here and grab some materials because we're going to need to do quite a bit of crafting later on. We gotta have all the gold and iron and maybe steel, because what we're going to start with is getting the industrial electrolyzer. Now let's try to find that. Electric sorter, this is something that's not there. And the textures have been messed up with this. So right now I've been using this not forestry, a texture pack, the same texture pack as last time, but judging by the fact that I can't see some of the stuff, I think I'm going to turn it off for now, and when I get the time to update my texture pack, I'll bring it back onto the faithful 32. So, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back to the regular texture pack. Now, let's see, we got all the steel we need, we got some lead ore, etc. I think the texture for the lead ore has changed, though I'm not too sure on that. Anyways, let's check the industrial electrolyzer recipe. It's going to require some advanced circuits, which, as usual, is easy enough to make, though there are some different ways to make the advanced circuits. So silicon plates, which requires an industrial blast furnace and a heat capacity with some silicon cells. Silicon cells, I could get some liquid silicon, though I don't think that's going to be good. I can, once again, industrial centrifuge some stuff, or I can use sand in the industrial electrolyzer. And also, it's a part of many other products. So those are going to be something we're going to want to delve into in the future, but for now let's make the industrial electrolyzer. So we need two of those circuits. We got the steel, And the magnetizer requires a machine block and iron fences, which requires steel. The extractor is easy enough, so we need a total of 4 circuits. So let's see where all of our circuitry is. It's going to be hard to get back to the swing of things with this stuff. So we got 1 circuit here, and we're going to need 4 in total, so there's no point of me grabbing that. One moment. Ah, yes, I'm going to need to grab a bit of our electrum, which I think is still over here in one of these chests. Now, these holiday chests are probably going to really mess me up, so I'm going to have to stay on my toes while I try to find the electrum. What the heck are you? I have no idea what type of plant that is. That's going to be interesting in the future. I just placed some dirt block and for some reason managed to find that. Okay, so we have some electrum, and I think taking my Mistcraft linking books will be good so that we have everything, well, miscrafting. And I did change these so that when there's no frames we'll be able to tell. So now I know that I'll need to grab 3 frames and throw them in the alveary, and we have the everything going. These other frames will need a bit of work, so let's go, and we're gonna need to go get some emeralds eventually, though that's going to take a while to decide upon. And let's just cut with the chase and go get our circuitry. So we're going to need copper, and I think we'll only need 2 sets, so this will be good and sufficient. And thankfully we'll be able to have enough rubber in the future now that we know how to get more and more resin so that we won't be down in the dumps, so to speak. Can I make it with steel? Yes, I can. That's useful. And I should probably get some refined iron, because if I don't, I'm going to really regret it, let's just say. So let's go over here, and my industrial centrifuges, unfortunately, when I updated, the items got dispersed, let's just say. So I'm going to have to work on getting that stuff later on. So let's get all this so we get some refined iron, and obviously Thaumcraft is installed, so I can't wait to get to that stuff. That's going to take a lot of time, that's for sure. And let's actually put it here when we get everything working. So we got a lot of energy, still trucking away. We got 6 pieces of UU matter, so when we get some more iridium, we'll be able to get on to the fun stuff. Now, we're going to need to make 2 advanced circuits, and I don't think there's a less costly way instead of doing this. So let's just grab them and get them over here. Now, industrial electrolyzer, that's that. We got the steel. Extractor, we're going to need to get this. And some of these. Is this enough? No, this is enough. Shut up, I'm tired. Okay, so now that we got that, we can just throw this on, throw these in. We get 1 of the extractors. Now we need to make the electrolyzer, which requires the empty cells, and we're going to need the more rubber that we have over here. So we got our copper cabling. We're going to need to make some tin cells. So we got those. We'll just place them here. Do we need a generator for that? No, we do not. Just a machine block. So let's get the machine block. Did it take 2? No, it just takes 1. So make the machine block. And we're going to need to make another one as well. And just to make sure, last thing, magnetizer will just require redstone, machine block, and the iron fence, for some reason requiring steel to make the iron fence, which I'm not too sure of why that is. You'd think iron fence would lend to its credence or whatever, but well, I'm not running the show here, so put this here. We got these, and finally this. So let's put the electrolyzer in the middle. We got our magnetizer down here, extractor here. Probably cheating the tech tree a bit by the fact that I have a blast furnace, so I don't think that's disabled. Probably isn't. Anyways, and we got our advanced circuits right here, and we got an industrial electrolyzer. So the industrial electrolyzer is one of the main techie things that we're going to need in the future. So we might need water for some things, and let's actually look at some of the things that we're going to want to make with this. So that beryllium is something that we need, and I probably don't have that. Silicon. Let's check the silicon. Silicon cells we can make using industrial centrifuge, or we can make it using some cells and 25 EU per tick. I do believe the electrolyzer can use the advanced voltage, so we can use that. So clay dust is one of the things. Obsidian dust, we can get that. We can get magenta or whatever. But I wonder if there's anything else that will be worthwhile. Let's check what lava does. If you put lava in the industrial electrolyzer, is it even an electrolyzable thing? No, it does not look like it is. So let's actually grab a bunch of cells. Let's throw these in here, and we're going to need a lot of sand. Thankfully, we do have a lot of sand, and we do have more than our fair share of energy, so we can just bring them together, and through kaleidoscopic might and etc., we can get everything else. Now, we do need some more dirt. Do we have any dirt in here? I don't think so. I think most of our dirt is in here. So let's grab some dirt, refill that, and get that working. Now, we weren't just lacking in dirt, we also needed some more fertilizers, so we'll just get that in. And then finally, we have the sand and the technology. And we'll just be able to throw this in and get the electrolyzer started. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. Just in case it does, I think I'll take this out and throw you in. Okay, so that'll take a bit of time to get those more silicon stuff. And it's a nice effect. Now let's see how our energy supply is going here. It's almost done for the quad uranium cells, so we will keep that going, and we should be relatively happy about it. Okay, so all the thing that we're going to need now is to get some more tin cells. Throw those in. And keep it happy. So one of the main things and uses of the industrial electrolyzer is to take a lot of bauxite dust, and that's interesting to see the chemical composition of it. Just seeing the titanium, aluminum 16, hydrogen. Okay, you probably don't care about that. Anyways, you can get tiny piles of titanium dust. Now, what these are used for is we combine them into titanium dust, and then to be able to get the titanium ingots, we cannot use that, but we need an industrial blast furnace. That's going to require a bunch of casings. If we check the recipe for the reinforced machine casing, which is required to get the heat capacity that high, it requires a lot of steel as well as advanced circuitry, advanced machine blocks. We can either use the advanced machine blocks, or there's something else called the steel machine hull. So to get that, we need 8 steel, which I don't think is the best use of it. But then we need machine parts, which uses everything else, such as some regular circuits and etc. So what I think I'm going to do first of all is just throw together most of our stuff. Just grab our resin that's in here and combine it, or rather process it, so that we get we need a lot of rubber. We're going to need quite a bit of rubber with all this Gregorius Tech stuff. Now, the Gregorius Tech is currently set on pretty much ROM hack hard. I would like to use that description because it's quite apt in the fact that I do have the macerator set to its highest point, so it requires either diamond dust or diamonds, in this case flint, so 3 diamonds and also a circuit. an advanced circuit, and just a normal thing. Now the rotary macerator, even though it's an improved version, is not directly with the... Okay, I'm not going to say anything else because I think some people would start hating me because giving suggestions and etc. to Greg Tech is maybe not the best way to do business. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to want to do is get that industrial blast furnace up and running, which is going to require one of these as well. Now we need cupronickel heating coils. Currently they do not have any sort of recipe, though I do know that they are a rolling machine thing. But from the looks of it, it's going to require nickel and copper. Nickel dust, we can pulverize a ferrous ingot or nickel, or we can get tiny piles of nickel, or we can find some ferrous ore. I'm not too sure where the heck we're supposed to get ferrous ore, or we could get shiny dust, which we get from ferrous as well. But ooh, iridium ore. That's interesting. And funnily enough, we get nickel by doing ferrous, etc., etc. So we gotta find some sort of source of nickel, which seems like sheldonite from the N, judging by the fact that that is N stone. You need to grab a lot of sheldonite and use an industrial grinder, and that's maybe one use of iridium, but we need water, or we could use mercury. So let's look around a bit, see where the heck we're supposed to get ferrous ingots, because ferrous is an Latin name, I believe, for iron, so it should be directly related. Maybe if I go into New World Generation, I'll be able to find some ferrous, but it's going to be required for the nickel. So unless tiny piles, we can get it easily enough by centrifuging copper dust in an industrial centrifuge. You can use an industrial grinder for iron, but we're going to need to do copper, which that is going to be a long, arduous process. So actually, let's just find some copper ore, because I do believe we must have got a shipment by now in our quasi-sorting system. No, we do not. So let's go back into here, check our quarries, which the recipe has also been buffed, so to speak, and we got a lot of copper ore. So let's use this copper ore to our advantage and then combine it so that we can work on our aluminum. Not our aluminum, nickel. We're going to need a lot of it. So macerate it, then we can combine it. This copper dust will start right away into here, and that'll take quite a bit of time in comparison to everything. Why are you an advanced machine block now? How dare you? I did not say you could do that. So compressed air and silicon cells, considering, yeah. So let's throw more. We can get some more silicon cells. We'll just turn all of this copper, even though it's a quite valuable resource that we're going to need, fractus, metal, and some sort of food for when we actually get into the Thaumcraft aspect. Now for Thaumcraft, I actually peeked into NEI and put some of those fancy handy-dandy goggles on, and let's just say they weren't too handy in the fact that there were no aura nodes whatsoever in my world. That's probably because aura nodes are only generated on world generation, so I'd probably have to branch out very far indeed to be able to find any sort of useful aura nodes. So this is stalling obviously by the fact that I am draining a lot of energy by getting my electric backpack nice charged and everything. I should probably store this UU matter in here and also take off my electric backpack so that we can conserve our energy. Why the heck did I take these wax capsules anyways? I'm not too sure. Probably not for lava, because that would be stupid. Wax capsules cannot be put in lava. And I think we're good. So we're going to have to wait a bit for our nickel dust and then work our way on getting some of these nickel heating coils. Okay, most of this stuff is going to take a bit of time, and what I'm really interested in is trying to check some of this New World generation. I haven't been out exploring much other than my few jaunts into the Twilight Forest, which were quite fun, so I think it is in my best interest to go to the not the Twilight Forest, actually make a new linking book and try some of the new generation. Now, what I could do instead is go out far into the overworld and do some stuff there, though I don't think that's going to be quite as fun as going out, getting a few levels, coming back a few times after I get everything nice and industrialized. But I think I'll go out, kill a few chickens, get some of the required feathers. Actually, I think I'll go to the Twilight Forest and get the feathers that I need, because they'll be more than happy to oblige. And I used the wrong linking book, huh? Who would have thunk it? So, I'll go get some feathers, make a linking book for a new age. I think I'll try to get it as standard as possible, but we'll see how that goes. Away! Okay, age 11 with all of the biomes with the native biome controller. I have a linking book back just in case anything horrible happens. We're going to see how this goes, and I put it as a fast time symbol, so I'm hoping everything generates properly and I won't crash and lose all my items. Let's wait. As you can tell, that did not go well. With so many instabilities, it was unbelievable. Apparently, it does not like me in that sense, so I should probably find some other method of book creation, because this book is junk. Okay, so that went well. Let's try to bring this back and get another book so we can go back, and I should probably next time test my horrible books. Age 11, I don't think I'll ever go back to, unless I want some sort of way to die. And let's make another one and see how that goes, and this time I'll tell you whether it's good or not. What the? What? Okay, I just made... Oh my god. Yeah, let's just wait a sec. Okay, I made something that had the sky biome, and little did I know that an ender dragon would attack me. So I am not really prepared for this, and I'm not too sure how the hell am I supposed to get out of here. So let's try to get out of here and see what we can do. Now, this would not be a good building age. Not at all. And there is a ravine there. No, that is a skyfisher. So, seeing as I'm not prepared for the lagginess, that is the... Wait, let's go to our video settings, turn it to a fast. Might be able to have this a better time, and I cannot attack you, can I? Let's try. Okay, now the fact that it cannot heal is welcome. But seeing as I'm not exactly equipped for this, and we're going to have a bunch of creepers, I'm sure. Let's try to go in and attack. Okay. Managed to get it. Okay. I bet you didn't expect this, did you? Okay. So now I know that the sky biome is inhabited by ender dragons. Interesting new Enderman sound, you know? Let's say. Kinda sounds like Slenderman. So, let's actually... wait for you to come in. Can you come in for me? I'm kind of waiting for you. Guessing we're going to have to go and nano him up. Okay, come on. Ender Dragon, can you please notice me? Notice me. I am woman. I want to be noticed. Come on. This is... no, okay. I cannot see him. I cannot see him. There he is. Okay, I'll let you know how this is going. Now, let's see. Got you. Too bad I have knockback on my sword, you know? Now that I think of it, it's really annoying that I have knockback. Come on! You know, it'd probably be a lot better if I didn't have to use a jetpack to attack him. Oh, and I'm kind of getting really damaged here. So I should probably, you know, worst comes to worst, I can just link back, and oh my god, there's so many Endermen. Come on. Come at me. Come at me like you mean it. You know, now that I think of it, I'm probably not prepared for this, so I should probably do something else in the meantime, because trying to wait for this thing to attack me like it means it is really starting to annoy me. Okay, now, oop, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. That was not fun. Not fun, and I'm going to go to my healing bees, because that was ridiculous. Okay, breathe deeply, Way. Breathe deeply. And try not to die. Let's just wait for the healing effects that our Imperial is going to give us. And then wait for a sec. Okay, now that I've managed to capture my breath from that, actually that was a near-death experience. I think we know that we're not ready for any sort of Ender Dragon surprises, so until we actually gear up a bit better. So our industrial electrolyzer has been working a bit, and we also do have quite a bit of nickel, so we should be ready relatively soon for getting some of our blast furnace going. Now, what I think I'll do instead of going into that endemic area, we'll probably go to our winter area, because it does have nice little snowy, it actually has caves. Yes, let's go with that. It has caves. Even though it's a slow time area, since it has caves, we'll be able to survive a bit better than where we were going before. So let's just get a bunch of stuff. I think we'll go with just that for now and go for torches. And this should be all powered up for our little adventure. We're probably going to have to, no, I know we're going to have to go quite a ways to be able to get to any new generation. But either I cheat a bit and just get some nice little goggles to play with, which I don't think I'm going to do, or I'll just run in one particular direction. I think we'll go west and go into age 10. Yes, west is actually best. So let's go out, find some stuff, and maybe be a bit more jolly than we were in the previous age. Okay, we found something new in the sense that this is not snow covered, and it is not a part that we saw before. So either there's a dungeon, or ooh, there is a dungeon. What are you? This seems like a multi-layered dungeon, so let's get our nice helmet back on. For some reason I had it off, and let's get our jetpack. Jetpack? Jetpack. Okay, this seems interesting. So we're going to take this a bit more slowly, and I could have entered this side apparently, but I can't be bothered. So let's look around, make sure everything's lit, because I think, no, this isn't a bright age. That's good. So there's a bunch of spawners, and there is an area in which the monsters manage to get stopped, and it seems like a new type of dungeon. And they have a steel sword. That's just great. Okay, let's use our Bane up there. Of course you had to explode. Let's grab some of the stuff that's here. Got some mossy stone, I guess. That's useful. We got some amber and knowledge fragments. So judging by the material that's here, and we got them thaumium. So that's definitely saying that this area is Thaumcraft based. So it's we did manage to get a new generation area. So we can take this amber, which seems like it'll be useful at some I cannot speak today. The further time, we'll also take some of this stuff and see if there's anything else that we can take. No, but we're going to want to take our way out of here. These are definitely going to be useful in a future case, those spawners. I think I have soul shards, though I don't know for sure. Soul shards. Yes, soul shards. So let's see. Soul shards. How do I make them? I don't think I can. Huh. And a soul forge. I probably make it through a soul forge. Though this looks like it might be Thom. It's either Thaumcraft based or it's equivalent exchange, because that looks like one of those old obsidian aggregators. Ah, silly, silly Pahamar, using your own textures once again. Though, now that I think of it, Pahamar wasn't on the team when that happened, when the aggregator was used. Then again, he might have been making the conduits at that time, so I guess I can't give him too much of a hassle. So let's actually try to find a cave, because that's where we'll set up base, and then try to find some other stuff. Though now that I see it, there's a bunch of areas over here with a bunch of patches. There might be some, no, that's probably grass. So let's find some nice little cave system, which seems to be over here, and then get some stuff done. Okay, this place looks like a good place to start. Let's go here, and there's already some new sort of ore that I've never seen. And it seems like our extra bees add-on is working in the fact that we managed to get some. Okay, there's definitely some Zycraft stuff over there, so let's use our weapon over here and just knock them back a bit better. And don't you dare, it exploded. Now I like what it does with this, and the fact that it's lit up but does not provide any light. And we got some Zycraft crystals over here. And is that a present? And aluminium stone. Great, that's actually what we've been looking for. This seems like some infused stone. So we have a very good area for some Vs. Now this present looks interesting. Let's try to get it. Okay, stolen present. I think what I'll do is right click. Okay, I can't do anything with that. Okay, so the stolen present we're going to have to figure out what to do later on. But for now, what we should do is put down our book into a nice secluded area. This place is probably going to be nighted later, if you know what I mean. Hey, look, I got some bronze fancy pants. Let's put our book down here. Make another book here. Actually, this cobblestone is a good spawning platform. Hopefully we do not get blown away in the future, but it shouldn't be a problem. Ooh, that seems interesting. And the stolen present doesn't have anything. So let's put away some of our stuff that we found. Like, for instance, our knowledge fragment looks like something that will be studied later. Amber, I'm not too sure of. But the shard of minium is something I'll definitely want to get into, because that is equivalent exchange related, and it's been a while since I played that. Oh my goodness. If you see me in my chair, I'm very giddy. But then again, if you see me in my chair, you are some sort of stalker, and I want nothing to do with you. So let's throw those in, get that a bit more. We're almost got some more of that energy related, and I think our stuff over here is actually dead by now. Nope, it's almost there though. So let's actually get our backpacks so that we can get as much of the new ores, and maybe we can start on red power. Ooh, now that I think of it, red power I haven't touched for a long time. That's going to be something I'm really excited for. And the shardaminium I'll keep with me, but grab my backpacks, and I think this backpack I'll have here. That will have water. We're going to need to make a new linking book and an area for said linking book, which I think I'll put over here, and then we'll actually start exploring a bit more. Okay, so I did a bit of mining, nothing eventful really happened, so I edited it out. So let's check the haul we have. We have a bunch of nickelite and even more nickelite ore. We can actually use a pulverizer or macerator to just turn this into more fun stuff. And it seems like an industrial grinder works as well, but we get tiny piles of diamond dust. Now checking what diamond dust does, let's do you get what? Come on. Okay, we can make diamond saw blades or diamond grinders. And also electric rock breaker, a rock cutter, but we already have one of those. Glass fiber cables, not really helpful. Diamond jackhammer, I'm going to have to check. Ooh, and even better glass fiber cables by using Electrum, and then we can do other stuff with it. So, might want to do that later. We can get dark ashes, which probably aren't useful, but the primary purpose is the diamond saw blades. So eventually we'll be able to get that stuff all well and good. Now, we got 8 shards of minium. That's going to be useful later on. And we also have a bunch of shards, so we'll be able to do some Thaumcraft stuff. So I think we'll do that next episode, or we can actually start trying to get a sorting network done and work on all of the silver that we haven't processed. I don't think we actually have much silver ore to process because, well, we haven't been working on it because it was, from this point before, pretty useless, but we do have a bit of silver ore laying around in our many chests, though not too much. Got more of that. Now let's check our stuff before we leave because we might need a bit more. Now we do have 8 tiny piles of nickel, so we got enough for 3. Actually, let's see. We got enough for 6 nickel ingots, which we need a bit more to be able to do anything because we need, I believe, a total of 8 ingots, and since we only have 6, we're going to need a bit more than that. So we're probably going to have to get some more copper dust, which isn't too much of a problem. We just need to do a bit more centrifuging. And I think our bees are pretty well worked. If we just check, let's see. We got a lot more of this, but we have a bunch of honey in the tank. We can refine that, get some more of that. Actually, let's just throw that in. If we actually have the room. Yay! Just throw that in. And we'll get some more scented paneling and work on some Thaumcraft next time. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. WayofTime here, signing off. Have a wonderful day.